Alright, and with that, let's begin. Hello everybody! My name is Burger King Ghidorah, and this is the first ever Monster Rancher 4 tournament sponsored by the Monster Rancher Discord. This is known as the Rolling Tundra Tournament. This tournament's theming was based upon the two inaugural monsters of Monster Rancher 4, those being the Ripper, a fast, agile ninja-like creature that controls ice and wind, and the Modillos, which were these big, bulky, rolling tanks, basically, that could take off their own shells. As such, the tournament does have some leniency in terms of the theming. We do allow subtypes of Modillo and or Ripper. So if you wanted, say, a Pixie mixed with Ripper, or a Color Pandora with a Modillo subtype, that is perfectly allowed. The only theming that was needed was that Modillo and Ripper was a sub or main. Finally, we made sure that the stat cap was pretty small, since this is the first ever Monster Rancher 4 tournament, so it's not the most analyzed game like Monster Rancher 2. So the stat cap was set at a generally low 2,500. And with that, we shall bring up the bracket, so that everyone can see who will be competing. In the first tier, in the first bracket, we have my monster, Sahjhan. He is a Ripper / Lesion. In the second bracket, we have Abacus, which I accidentally spelled Abacus, who is a Pixie / Ripper. In the third bracket, we have Turismo, who is a special variant of Modillo, themed after a Formula 1 racer. And lastly, we have Neftis, who is a Augio / Ripper. And Abacus. Gars also did debut in Monster Rancher 4, laughing to death. Also, yeah, the competitors, I should probably say that. Sahjhan is owned by me, Burger King Ghidorah. Abacus is owned by Alkius. Turismo is owned by Laughing to Death. And Neftis was owned by a Monster Rancher user by the name of Delugard, who sadly does not seem to be here at the moment. Sad. Co-commentary doesn't sound bad, sure. Just making sure, because I want to know how to set up co-commentary. We both joined a Discord chat, and you basically, I'm very confused. I think for now, we'll do co-commentary on the next tournament. So, the tag team tournament, we'll do co-commentary. Because right now, we just want to get to the tournament. And I don't want to, have to slow this down any bit. Alright then. So, with the bracket stated, let's go ahead and set up our monsters. Last thing to be known is the stage setup is random, just for variety, and the timing is 60 seconds, standard Monster Rancher 4 tournament time, and we're going to be doing a best of 3 matches. Alright, and with that, let's go ahead and set up the monsters. So, bracket states, first matchup is going to be Sahjhan versus Abacus. So, let's see. So, in the first corner, we have Sahjhan. And let's go ahead and do some memory card swapping behind the scenes. Sorry about that. The screen blacks out whenever we swap memory cards, so I'll cut that up. And finally, we have Abacus. Now, let's go ahead and square these two up. So, data-wise, Sahjhan, I was trying to go for a min-maxed monster with 999 intelligence, 999 accuracy, 333 speed, and then everything else was just going to be in between. Sadly, Sahjhan was getting incredibly old by the time I started raising accuracy, so he falls short compared to the rest of the group. terms of his techs, I didn't get much of a chance to change his techs when I stored him away, so he's got a bunch of random power techs. Hopefully he doesn't resort to those too heavily. In the other corner, we have Abacus. We've got a pretty good balance here. 372 life, 544 intelligence, 601 accuracy, 981 speed, and I am surprised you got defense and power so low. You have got to share your tips with me, because that's crazy. Yeah, lifespans are pretty short in this game, so if you're like a speedrunner, I guess, this game's pretty fast to raise a really good monster. And then, lots of intex. Very smart. Heart Lore, Hyper Beam, Sniper, very clever. Some very good techs here. And incredible elemental resistances. That is really good stuff there. Alright. And with that, let's make sure the configuration's right. Stage is set to random, 60. Alright. Here we go. First match of the Rolling Tundra tournament. Begin! Sahjhan versus Abacus. And the match starts. And oh, this is not looking good for Sahjhan's accuracy score. And here goes Sahjhan with the first move of a slicer and misses. As expected. Abacus taking its time. Another slice spin blade from Sahjhan misses once more, the 0 hit chance. At this point, it's basically Abacus baiting her time, waiting to just absolutely obliterate Sahjhan. And Sahjhan trying his absolute best to land anything with a 0% hit chance. Backing up, possibly going to pull off a Phantom. Nope, seems we're just trying to get some distance. Oh, man. Wait a minute. You're probably right. Oh, does that have to do with memory card swapping? Okay, I didn't know that. My apologies, it seems like Abacus is on player 2 instead of computer. So this match technically doesn't count. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, a little mistake on my part. We'll just cut that out in post. Oh, look at that. It's the only match Sahjhan's going to win this tournament. There we go. Now we've set it to computer. Alright. Let's do this one more time. The proper way. Now that Abacus is not set to player 2. Sahjhan versus Abacus, the right way! Oh, and there she goes with the Milky Way. Ooh, 95 damage with a good guts decrease, and an Addle. That is going to be very good on confusing the monster. I believe Addle does have a accuracy decrease, if that's not already bad. Ice Pillar, miss. Ice Pillar seems to be Sahjhan's best chance at landing a move right now. And here comes another Milky Way from Abacus. And that is a solid round tied up by Abacus. Round 1 goes to Abacus. Alright. Starting up the next round. Sahjhan versus Abacus. Round 2. Oh, timidity on both sides. Oh, seems like Sahjhan got out of it first, but misses with the mute cutter. Alright, they're both keeping their distance, it seems. It seems like at any point Abacus could land any move and completely obliterate Sahjhan. It really is just upon if she's going to do any of the moves. And we get a Phantom. Oh, but no caution. That's a shame. He's going to go in for a Spin Blade. And an obvious miss with a 0 accuracy rating. Oh, Raycast. 83 damage with a 5 guts decrease. Not too bad. Oh, going in for a Slicer. Another miss. And Nirvana for Abacus. That is going to be a good boost to her accuracy, which is already pretty great. We get a Fairy Kiss and a decent tied-up match. Great job on Abacus, who takes the first round. Alright. Great job, Abacus, on the first match. Alright, bringing up the bracket. That is... Hold up. So we're just going to Control-C that, Control-V. There we go. So, that is a defeat on Sahjhan. And a victory for Abacus. Alright. How the bracket fares so far? Nah, it's fine. Honestly, I'm just glad I was able to get Sahjhan in to compete. Alright, pulling up the bracket again. The next match is going to be Abacus versus Turismo. Alright, let's go ahead and get Turismo. Sorry for the screen going black again. That's from switching memory cards. I believe I can, but just for brevity's sake, I wanted to make this quick, so memory card swapping is all we're going to be doing. Alright, Turismo is one I would like to bring some attention to because these stats are pretty crazy. Just underneath 2,450, we have 300 in life, 604 in power, 90 in intelligence, 600 in accuracy, 703 in speed, and 200 defense. He is a speedy machine. That speed boost, of course, is because of Turismo's high speed trait, as you can see there, which gives an immense amount of gains in speed. Great for a monster like Medillo with not the longest lifespan. And a bunch of physical power techs. A +7 resistance in wind, pretty good. Especially against Abacus, who has, you know, wind lore. Alright. And with that, we'll start the next round. Turismo versus Abacus. Round 1. Fight! Oh! Oh, and a miss on the first counter for bombing! Oh! And the first round goes to Turismo. Alright, round 2. Hopefully counters don't fuck everyone over this tournament. Turismo versus Abacus, round 2. Ooh, nice dodge on the R combo. Coming in with a silky dance, blocked by Turismo. Turismo's not looking too hot on 20 guts. But it seems like it's an even match on both of them in terms of who could hit. Well, Turismo lacking a ton of accuracy. Here comes another Silky Dance, and this one lands. Ooh, 139 Guts reduction and an Addle. This is not looking too good for Turismo. He seemed to take the first match pretty easily with that counter, but now he's facing some trouble now he has to go fair and square. Here comes a Fairy Kiss. 94 damage with a 41 Guts reduction. Turismo's getting no chance to land a hit in this match. Here comes another Milky Way. On a land. 152 damage with a 48 Guts reduction. Abacus takes the second round fair and square. Now for the third match, the tiebreaker. Let's see who takes this match. And go! Here comes another Milky Way, starting up the match good. 150 with a 43 Guts reduction. Abacus shown no mercy with this Withering. At this point, it just seems like it's just trying to get a move in. Oh, a miss on the bombing with a 0 accuracy rate. Timidity! If he has any guts, he could have taken advantage of that. Here comes another Milky Way. Another land! Ah, man. Abacus takes the match. Very good. I'm very surprised. I thought of anything with Turismo's, like, crazy speed. I thought he would have been able to actually match that accuracy rating, but I guess it's just a matter of the fact that, you know... Oh yeah, 981 speed compared to Turismo's 708. That is a very big difference. Alright. So, the next match between Turismo versus Abacus goes to Abacus. Sorry about this. I like making my brackets look clean. Alright. Next up on the matchup is going to be Neftis versus... Yeah, we'll do Neftis versus Sahjhan. Alright, just gotta take out the memory cards. And we're back. Let's take a look over some of the commentary. Ah, see? That's what I thought, Alcius. I knew that int scaling worked like the other games. Monsters with high strength and lower int get absolutely destroyed by higher int monsters. Alright, here's Sahjhan. And my apologies, Neftis was actually on the other memory card, so I'm gonna have to do another swap here real quick. Alright. I mean, it's a good way to balance int. There we go. There's Neftis. Alright. Now, we haven't seen Neftis' stats yet, so let's go ahead and look over her. Neftis has 405 life, 73 defense, an intelligence monster of 461, 667 accuracy, 445 speed, and a nice hefty 443 defense to back it up in case it takes a hit. It seems like mostly Intex. Alright. Neftis versus Sahjhan. Round 1. Very good. Very nice, even distribution of power. And look at that, we're somewhat even. Starting up with an Aqua Twister, and a hit! 64 damage, not so much withering. Sahjhan might go for the Spin Blade. Going for a Slicer. Ooh, fire damage 34. Going for a Tail Claw, that hits with 26. Not a POW monster, so it'd be appreciated if you use it in Tex. He might be banking in on that Spin Blade. Neftis might get a Tornado if it lands. A Spin Blade, a miss on the counter against Spin Blade. 38 damage. Neftis just storing up guts, starting with a Storm Shot. Oh, 76 damage. That is for round 1, tied up by Neftis. Alright, and we'll just go straight into round 2. Alright, Sahjhan versus Neftis, round 2. Starting up with an Aqua Twister on frame 2, and it lands with a 64 hit. Again, Sahjhan going for the power Tex, which is partially my fault, and a miss on Spin Blade. And another Spin Blade, that one lands with a critical of 57. Oh, Sahjhan, I'm so sorry. Here comes a Slicer, and the hit. We get a hit chain on the X attack. Accuracy and damage will go up if you get a hit chain. Storing up guts. Another Aqua Twister from Neftis. And this will land as well with a 66. But final guts on Sahjhan brings him back into the match. He could bring it back, but I don't think so. He may be trying to go for freeze, or maybe Spin Blade again. He gets the pushback. Just waiting their time at this moment. Here comes another Spin Blade, and a miss. Getting awfully close to each other, probably squaring each other up. And a pushback from Neftis, taking Sahjhan all the way to far range. And here comes the Ice Beam. Ah! And a perfect execution. And that is the next battle. Neftis versus Sahjhan. Victor is Neftis. Now things are going to start getting interesting. Again, I think this is my first ever monster I've ever actually made for a tournament, so I partially blame my own poor knowledge on Sahjhan not doing as good as he could have. Alright, so there's the bracket so far. Yeah, we'll do a higher cap for next tourney. Definitely. Alright, let's go ahead and do another match. For this one, we'll go ahead and do Abacus versus Neftis. Nope, no. Don't want that memory card. Yeah, freezing is a very tough thing to do. It is permanent. And fusion is mostly based upon your monster's bonding, so if you guys are going to be fusing monsters, I would suggest making sure that the monster you're going to fuse with the other one, they're both raised at the same time. That'll increase their bonding, and that'll make fusing a lot more successful. Alright, here we go. Neftis versus Abacus. Very interesting stat distribution here. That maximum speed on Abacus might just save her. Hit percentages are looking pretty low for Neftis. Seems like Abacus has this one pretty set. Here comes a tornado. Blocked by Abacus. Here comes a raycast. Oh, 55 damage. That defense on Neftis is keeping it pretty safe. And a miss on the counter for raycast. We get composure from Abacus. Another raycast misses. But doesn't look like Neftis is going to come back unless Neftis can pull off a counter on any of Abacus' moves. Here comes a Starlight. It hits with 80 damage and a 14 guts mitigation. Again! Combination with Starlight, X combo, that's going to increase her hit rate and her damage on her next attack. Here comes a tornado. Another block from Abacus. Oh, there's some timidity. Oh, if Neftis had any guts, it could have retaliated easily. It just seems like at this point, Abacus is waiting for the right moment to strike. If anything, Abacus could win by counter. Here comes a Milky Way, blocked by Neftis. If Neftis can get a lucky amount of blocks and dodges, they may be able to get their guts up to land one hit. Here comes an Ice Beam. Oh, blocked by Abacus. Neftis is not having a good time. Oh, there's some timidity. Oh, there's a Milky Way. Oh, and a land. Abacus was not going to let Neftis go away without landing a good hit. 6.6 life remaining. First round taken by Abacus. Timeout? What for? Oh yeah, timeout, right. I'm stupid. Yeah, there's two different types of foolery in this game. Timidity, your monster moves backwards, and bullish is when your monster moves forward. So, different situations. Alright, let's start up round two. There's some timidity in the first few seconds. Here comes a Storm Shot, blocked by Abacus. That speed is not to be trifled with. Oh, and another wave of timidity on Abacus. If Neftis gets lucky, they could land a pretty good hit. Storm Shot on a hit with the counter. 54 guts mitigation. Oh, that is rough. Here comes a Milky Way. A miss on Neftis' counter. 42 guts mitigation. Abacus is going for that heavy damage with the square button pattern. Seems to be getting some space here. Abacus going for that maximum guts before laying an attack down. She seems to be constantly backing up. It seems like Neftis may want to close that gap. Abacus jumping in. At this point, Neftis just has to keep that guts up. Can't risk landing any moves at this point. 4 seconds left on the clock. Can anyone make a change? On another timeout. Seems like Abacus wins that match with a good timeout strategy. Neftis' defense was pretty high. Couldn't imagine that it was going to, you know, break through that anytime soon. That round goes to Abacus. There we go. Alright. Let's see, who have we not done yet? Let's do Turismo versus Neftis. That should be good. Alright, so while we're loading in this data, how's everyone feeling about the tournament so far? Yeah, going by a lot quicker than I expected to. But that probably could be because Aga wasn't able to raise their Color Pandora Modillo in time. We would have had a 5th contestant. That could have given us another half hour of competition time. Alright. Yeah, Turismo versus Neftis should be pretty good, since they both kind of went for balanced stats. No, you're fine, Argyle. I'm glad you were able to come and watch anyways. Alright. Here we go. Turismo versus Neftis are two balance-based monsters for this tournament going at it. Let's see who balanced better. Very diverse stat blocks from each other. Here comes an Aqua Twister from Neftis. Oh, it lands on Turismo with a 41 Guts mitigation and slowed. It's going to be hard for him to get outside of his ranges. We get a back blow and a land with 295 damage. Incredible. And a slow right back at Neftis. We get another back blow and a solid knockout. Very good on Turismo with that power. Yeah, Windlore will do that. Round 2. Turismo versus Neftis, round 2. Let's see how this goes. Here comes another Aqua Twister on Turismo. Will this one land? No, it's a block. Man, it seems like Turismo's got all the aces filled on his accuracy stats for every move. Another back blow. With a 410 damage and instant 1-8 KO. Turismo absolutely sweeps Neftis in this matchup. That was absolutely incredible. Just goes to show you that POW moves are not to be messed with in Monster Rancher 4. Yeah, sadly, back blow just seems to be that good of a move. Alright, so that was a very quick match wrapped up by Turismo. I was not expecting that. Alright, there's the bracket so far. And we have our last match for the afternoon. Turismo versus Sahjhan. I think we know how this match is going to go, so moment of silence for my boy Sahjhan, who I foolishly decided to raise last minute. Alright, Turismo versus Sahjhan, round 1. Ooh, and it's not looking good for Sahjhan in the beginning. An Ice Pillar that misses. Here comes an R combo. Absolutely destroys with a 674 damage. That's what low defense does to you guys. Yeah, I do agree with that about raising accuracy, because speed seems to scale much higher than accuracy does, at least from what I've seen. Alright, here we go. Final round of the day, I'm assuming, if Sahjhan doesn't pull us through. Round 2. Oh, here comes an arm combo. Is it gonna land? Yes, it does. 660 damage, an instant knockout. Turismo really showing themselves off to have been the powerhouse of this tournament. And for that matchup, it seems like Sahjhan has taken their spot at last place. And Turismo coming in at a solid 2nd place. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Rolling Tundra results. Abacus came off very strong and takes in 1st place. In 2nd place, we have Turismo, the incredible powerhouse who devastated everyone who couldn't break the accuracy rating. Neftis came in 3rd place with a decent defensive maneuver, but was simply outpaced by Abacus's heavy accuracy rating and intelligence-based attacks. And Sahjhan showing to be the absolute sad runt of the litter of this tournament. But you know what? It's good that he came in!